So after 2 races and 2 good wins by the Gold team, they're out in front by 4 points. Andy Patterson's team are going to have to work very hard if they're going to keep their overall lead. Oh, and here come the boys. It's week 5 and it's time for Andy Ruffles' race tip number 5. Andy, what's it to be this week?
Okay, well this week we're going to talk about how to improve your position if you get a bad start. What do you think, Harry?
Well, the best way to overcome a bad start is to figure out what your competition's doing ahead of you. Whether they're going to use the outside of the first turn or if they're all going to go down low into the first turn. And if they're all going down low, you want to drift to the outside and cut back and kind of use the outside-inside technique passing.
A good example of that could have been at Birmingham the other week when everyone seemed to get held up at the first berm and the person who was last out the trap had a chance to get around the back.
What a lot of guys were doing there was hanging back if they got a bad start, hanging right back behind them, letting everybody go into the inside, cutting round on the outside, and therefore getting into second or third, maybe even first place.
Right, gotcha. And what other kind of things should we be looking out for on the track, you know, general practice?
Well, basically how you take the jumps. If you're in a tight bunch, then you have to watch how you take the jumps, because if you take them wrong, then you could take a couple of riders down with you. So you have to be very careful.
This track in particular, these 2 big doubles right here that we're sitting on, if you do get a bad start, you don't have enough speed to get over them. You have to kind of roll them, which then you lose about another 3 bike lengths.
And any other tips on general track behaviour that you can think of?
Well, one more thing we're going to cover is something that you shouldn't do in a race. When you're coming into a turn, is do what's called a T-bone. And that's where one rider comes right up on the inside and rides you out the turn.
But that is definitely out of order, is it?
That is out of order. That you shouldn't do in a BMX race.